Hi everyone, welcome back to my Beach Angel Tarot Shop. And today we are here to do a reading for the new moon in January 5th. Just a couple days away. It's coming up fast, so we want to get this reading out to everyone. New moon solar eclipse in Capricorn. And then there is a full moon, which I think is a super moon. Gosh, I think it's a super moon. It is the wolf moon or blood moon. I think there's two different names for it. And it is a lunar eclipse. So there's a lot of energies going on this month. It's like, wow. So this one is for the new moon partial solar eclipse in Capricorn, January 5th. And so I also feel, well, just energetically, because my connection to St. Nicholas, I just feel like this new moon is going to be important. Not that the others are not important, but it's going to bring and hold a lot. I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like accumulation. I don't know a lot about astrology or energies, but I feel like a lot of the energies of the Jupiter and Sagittarius energy building up to be cultivated and then kind of dispersed outward from this moon. I don't know what it is. It feels like this new moon is the cultivation grounds for that Jupiter and Sagittarius. And I could be like completely, I have no idea. Like I have no idea. It's just a feeling and energy I'm getting. People might be going, what? What is she talking about? It's just like the feeling and how I'm reading the energy. So we're going to see what's coming. I've gotten guidance for specific decks. So I have 6 decks out here, 7 actually with the starting deck, which I'm going to open. I'm being guided to open with the Kyle Gray deck, Angels and Ancestors, messages for everyone. So yeah, focusing on everyone, the law of attraction, and this new moon partial solar eclipse in Capricorn, and the messages that it holds for us and what Spirit wants us to know about it. That wasn't our message. There's our message. Okay. I just want to kind of take a peek at the undercurrent. Undercurrent is shift your perspective, and that's kind of like a hangman kind of feeling. I'm not going to read the booklet on this one, but I did want to take a peek. It felt like, and it's the Air Guardian. So we're going to see what comes here. And we have Knight. Ooh, be brave and honest. I love that. Gosh, it instantly kind of felt like all the knights in the tarot for some reason. I see the rose there. It feels like the cups. It feels like the air. We're in Capricorn. And it felt very passionate. It's just like all the night energies kind of just come whooshing in there. Interestingly, in the feeling of it, when I turn it over, it says, be brave and honest. So there's a lot of, even though we're in the Capricorn and there's that grounding energy, like I said, there's going to be a lot of movement, and this being feeling like all the elements with the night, with the movement, with the horse spirit. Interesting how that's all coming together. There's going to be movement. And you know what else that also brings up when we have all the elements like that coming together? It feels like the Magician too. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read this one. And it says, do the right thing, even if it isn't the easiest option. Stand for what you know to be right and true. The knight is a knight in shining armor, dedicated to the crown that his sword defends. In this sense, he is a protector of the Holy Grail, and therefore your spiritual growth and expansion. He represents the warrior in you, whether you are male or female, and the energy is within you. His sword and armor show he is courageous and strong, but if you look closely, you will see he has a tear running down his face, showing his willingness to be vulnerable and his love for what he protects. The energy of respect is important right now. You are being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. If you're in a space where there's opposition, you're being guided to follow through with integrity, because even if it seems like this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. So there could be a little test going on here as well. You are being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. If you are longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back into order, and you don't need to force anything through through with your will. If you have made mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with improving the situation. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. So interesting, beautiful message opening for, and we can even kind of see a cup back here. So really all the elements are in here. We have the structure of the building, which can represent the earth and the stability. We have the cup here, which is the water, and the rose for love and also that emotion. We have the air energy, and I can feel the passion within this card as well. And that can also be represented by the tear, the vulnerability, the I always liken that energy of intimacy and willingness to show up as the sacral chakra, and in that energy is that emotion, right? Because and that passion. So very interesting opening message for our moon. So I'm gonna bring up my spread here, and we're going to do this dark moon. First one's the energies around you entering this new moon. And I love this deck. This is from the Lunar Nomad Oracle, and it has like a little keyhole with the moon peeking out in the keyhole. So I feel like this is just the energy that's around you, and it's kind of feeling like it may give us a key to your success. It may hold an answer to something mysterious. We'll see. This is the feeling I'm getting. So the energies around you entering this moon phase. This deck is really big, and it's kind of hard to do it this way. It's not how I usually shuffle, but maybe easier. Ah, there we go. The undercurrent, I just want to take a peek, is the stars. And like I said, I'm not gonna, I don't think I'm gonna be looking at that one, but ooh, we have the garden. The garden is, of course, a beautiful place. It's a meeting space. It's a, a place to gather, but it's very public, right? It's very much public. So this is the energy that's around us right now. But with the undercurrent being the stars, it's still night. It's still and then we have the new moon energy, of course, and it's dark, right? So it's like it's almost like a combination of the moon, like going outdoors and gathering, like in a park-like setting, looking up at the moon. So there is a feeling of being outdoors and being public, but also still being a bit in the dark, right? About being a little bit secretive, a little bit. It's very shadowy. You can tell there's people there, but you can't see their faces, right? That's the kind of feeling I'm seeing, or the vision I'm getting. It's like being outdoors and you're kind of looking from a distance and you see a group of people, or you see two people standing there. You can see their figures, but you can't really make out their faces. And that's the feeling that's the energy, the message I'm getting here. So let me see, gathering, celebration, meetings, social events, public property, ceremony, creation. Okay, it says alone time can be enriching. You find your center and heal old wounds. Introspection has a way of opening your eyes to dreams and desires. But introspection turns to isolation when you forget the inspiration of the outside world. Something inside of you is stirring for change. This deep hunger is satiated by connecting with others. So, okay, there's the feeling. So you're coming out of that darker space to re-engage with other people. You aren't really seeing, so I'm going to connect with what they were showing me to what it's saying here. There's something inside you stirring for change, and it's a deeper hunger. Is satiated by connecting with others. The garden is asking, could you socialize more? So that's it. I don't really need to spend time reading. Like, there's so much in here. Okay, there's something else jumping out at me. It says nothing can match the intimacy of face-to-face connections. And that's what I couldn't see in the vision, right? I couldn't actually make out a face. I couldn't make out details. It says, with so much technology and alternative forms of communication, it becomes easy to hide behind your phone or computer. Don't substitute raw for an in-person conversation or impersonal phone call or text. Are you hiding behind your phone or computer? Your body language to communicate. Pay attention to person's facial expression during a conversation. See the intention in their eyes. So there is an energy, like I said. There is an energy here. What's around you is a longing to be present. A longing to see in that person's face. See their eyes. To engage and connect with them in a more intimate, was what I'm feeling here, when we were talking about his little tear there on his face, in a more sacral chakra type of way, where we're more vulnerable, where we're actually showing up, we're present, we're being seen. But what's actually happening now is that you are starting to long for that. You're taking the first steps out, you know, literally or energetically, however it applies to you. You're taking the first steps out to do that, you know. There's a stirring within you. You're starting to engage in either the thoughts or the physical actions of reconnecting with others or someone in particular on a more intimate, face-to-face way. It's like feeling shy and then healing that and coming out of that phase or whatever. However it applies to you in whatever situation, whether it be love relationship, whether it be your work or career, you know, bringing to the table what you have to offer, where before you were kind of afraid to express yourself and your ideas or your concepts in a work environment, or if you were afraid to express your vulnerability and love in a love relationship, there is a desire now, longing to re-engage and be seen, be present, to be vulnerable, to express that with detail. I feel a sense of detail. But the feeling I was getting in the vision is we're just now, you know, we're coming, like, it showed me like walking up to kind of like a park setting, and you can see others in the dark. It was still dark. The moon's still out. So in this phase, that's where we're at. That's the energy. You're in that energy of doing it, but it's still dark. You still cannot yet see each other's face. At this point, you're not seeing the details, but the longing to do so, and you're starting to take action steps and allowing yourself to be guided and directed in that direction. Healing that this moon will bring, and I'm working with the Heal Yourself reading cards, which I absolutely love to use to help see what needs to be healed. So let's see what needs healing. What healing this moon will actually bring for us in this phase. Whoa, there it is, right? Undercurrent, say what you mean. So I want to just I feel it's important to just take a look at the undercurrent, right? And interesting, 18 is the moon card in the tarot, right? So the moon is actually here. We have the moon and the stars. And the stars light us up enough to be guided, to be seen. It brings in more light around the moon. So, but it's talking about communication. It's talking about expressing here in the undercurrent, expressing ourselves, say what you mean, bringing out a truth too, right? So we're going to see what the main issue is. And it's love is coming up to be healed. And what is that saying in the Course in Miracles? Love brings up anything unlike itself to be healed, right? So, not that I'm a Course in Miracles guru or anything like that, but it kind of sticks in the head. So, again, there's a contrast of light and dark, and we're still in the shadowy energies here. And so within love, say what you mean, express yourself. expression. And again, it's that sense of the sacral chakra, in the sense of the vulnerability, of the intimacy, the feeling of being vulnerable, to be intimate, to say exactly what your feelings are, to say exactly what you mean, without fears, right? To be seen wholly in your expression. When I say holy, I mean holy, H-O-L-Y, and holy, W-H-O. I mean them both in combination, like in whole form and sacredly, you know. There's a combo a combo definition there when I said it. So I'm going to read a little bit from here. And this person is in a this woman is out of the picture frame, the man is in the picture frame, so it's holding someone in memory, and it could be someone from the past as well. And it says your heart desires more connections, and that's the feeling. Your heart is stirring. It's starting to stir up. You want more, right? You want more connection. Your heart desires more connections, love, and nourishment. You are at a point in your life where you need to learn how to truly give and receive love. Fully opening your heart will awaken your vulnerability, sensitivity, and fear. In particular, your fear of rejection and intimacy with another person. And that's what can keep you in the dark. It can keep you in the shadows. Without getting close enough to actually be, you know, seeing someone face to face. However, you will also unleash your passion, inspirations, greatness, and ability to care deeply. Start seeing how great life is and be willing to connect to others. If you have been holding on to past pain, then it is time to acknowledge, feel, and move forward. Give yourself permission to let people in. Turn that light on, right? Bring in more light. Ask for the love with all your heart and soul, and you will come, and it will come. Look for something beautiful in every person you encounter. Focus on feeling good whenever you see people loving each other, and know this is coming to you in the form of a love of a lifetime or an incredible friendship. So again, I can't say enough how this is just kind of going along with that feeling, coming out of the darkness, meeting with others, being seen, being present, being open. Because your heart desires more connections and love and nourishment, and you can't get that if you're not, if you know, you're not in that light, right? So it says, focus on feeling good whenever you see people loving each other, and know that this is coming to you in the form of love of a lifetime or an incredible friendship. So this is bringing that energy up to be healed. And for everybody, this can be a little different. Things that you've dealt with in the past. Fear of rejection, intimacy in another person. Very sacral chakra in its energies for me. What is hidden at this time? So we're going to move on. But again, it's about expressing that, coming out of the moon energy. So what I say is, what is a hidden blessing? I'm being guided to use the Blessed Bee deck. And so it's going to kind of be like, what is hidden? But it's kind of like a hidden blessing because I'm being guided. That's how I feel it's going to come, but we'll see. What is the hidden blessing here? Okay, the undercurrent is kind of funny, but it's not. It's just going along with the, you know, the feeling. It's a blessing to find the truth, right? And that's going along with say what you mean, the truth of what your feelings are, the truth of what you have to offer, your truth, speaking your truth. And we can stay in the dark, murky energy when we say things to people that we think they want to hear, right? It's all a form of energy and where you're going, light or dark. So it's not a lie to hurt. It's actually, but you're not speaking your truth. You're not being truly seen for who you are. You're not offering all that you can be when you just go with the status quo, or you say something to make someone else feel better. You know what I mean? Like, it's really, there is like an exposure coming here in the sense that you're going to cut away a lot of the BS, right? For yourself and others in whatever area this applies to. It doesn't necessarily have to be love, but it's going to be very loving to self when you do this in whatever area this pertains to you in your life. So what is hidden in the surface? Blessing on your boundaries. The hidden blessing is this is a blessing on your boundaries, 33. So this is really going to, and again, it's kind of that same sacral chakra feeling where I'm just going to kind of read from the, and that's where we have here. Be brave and honest, right? It's that honesty where I was just talking here. That's your truth. And sometimes it's not like you've been lying to hurt someone. It's maybe lying to protect your own sense of intimacy and vulnerability, and to not hurt someone else's feelings, because there's all different types of that, you know, lying, but it keeps us in the dark, right? It doesn't allow you to truly be seen for who you are. So that's all falling away now. And the hidden blessing, what is hidden is your boundaries here. So let me see the 35 or 33. We have 33. It's a blessing on your ability to decide where you end and where others begin, on what you will do gladly and without regret, and what you cannot be compelled to do, for it would be against your own nature. Within this lifetime, there will be times when you are unsure of what is most important and what is best for you. And again, there's that sense of what's best for you. Are you speaking what's best for you? Because when you're not, you're in the dark, right? You're putting yourself in the dark. People can't really see you for what you're really, you know, what you're really all about. You're kind of hiding that. So there's different degrees here of being hidden in darkness, right? You will not be sure of why you wish to do something. And when it comes to others, especially others for whom we have strong feelings, love, right? It can be challenging indeed to know what is best to do, and to know why we sometimes feel great misgivings when it comes to offering our time, our love, and our money and gifts to others for their use. With this blessing comes a certainty that in this situation you will now know the difference between what is best for you to do and what another wants you to do. So again, there's that sense of, it kind of gave me the feeling of like not speaking up because you don't want to hurt someone else's feelings. And so there is a hidden blessing here for really maintaining and standing in your power, maintaining and standing in your, you know, with your boundaries, and not fearing you'll lose that love, right? So that's where the fear of rejection comes in, because if you feel like you can't yield a boundary because you're not going to be loved, you're not really in your truth. You're not really saying what you truly mean. And so the bravery comes in. Be honest, be brave and be honest. It's kind of giving me that, you know, cowardly lion kind of energy that I've been getting for a while, where he, you know, at first I thought it was his heart, but it's his courage. He's a cowardly lion. So, but there is really no error there. It's both. It's for love, our heart energy, and the courage to speak with truth, or, you know, our love with truth. So it's all coming to accumulation here in this new moon. It's what it's cultivating. So beautifully, you know, spot on energy here. So doors that this new moon will open. I'm going to move on. And we have the fairies. This is the deck I guided to use. And I'm going to use this one for, oh, that one fell out, happily ever after. So it's going to open the door to your happily ever after, because now you don't have fear of losing that love, because you're standing in your truth, you're standing in your power, you are being seen, right? And so that's going to bring you that doors open. It's funny because it said doors this new moon will open, and this is like a doorway here to that happily ever after. And there's a, you know, it's a unicorn, but it's kind of like that horse spirit, right, that we felt with the knights. I felt like all the knights in the tarot present here. And like I felt that magical magician energy in that. So it's kind of that feeling of that magic, that everything's kind of coming together here in this healing and bringing that up. So that is the door that this moon will open, which is a very beautiful door. It's like the 9 of Cups energy, where wishes fulfilled, that type of energy. So I'm going to use this deck. No, I'm not going to be using this deck. I take that back. So it's happily ever after. What is the best seed of energy to plant this new moon? So we're going to use the energy deck. So we're going to see what... And it's funny because this is a very fairy tale. And I've been getting so many analogies and readings to fairy tales. So I feel like for all those people that have been doing readings and you got fairy tale energy, you know, there is that healing is coming. It's very heart chakra. It's very sacral chakra in its energy. But for me, it's all the chakras in alignment, because there's that stability then. There's our willpower. The magician, you know, for me stands for our solar chakra, our willpower, you know, our own inner strength, our own empowerment. We can speak it, our throat chakra. We can see it now. It's what we visualize with our sacral chakra. It's sacred from the crown chakra. So it's all, you know, all the chakras kind of coming into alignment here with the accumulation of this as a result of, I'll say, of this new moon. Because it may not happen like, you may not go, oh, January 5th, bam, I'm out of the dark now. I've come into the light, you know, into the light. But remember, we are in 2019, which is 19. It's what comes after the moon, right? Is the sun. So it could be a progression from this new moon onward for you to come out into that light, to come out into the sun. So I'm going to shuffle, focusing on the what is the best seed to plant this new moon, and stop rambling, because I couldn't help but, like, they're like fairy tale. It's like what I've been dealing with for a while. Because I've had so many different fairy tale energies, Cinderella and, you know, Wizard of Oz and, you know, Sleeping Beauty. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, I'm in this fairy tale. And there was more, but that was the few of the big ones. What is the best seed of energy? Let me get grounded here and focus. Best seed of energy, spirit, for this new moon. I feel this one is talking to me. And it is 6th chakra. And undercurrent is victory. Which is interesting because it's 28. Okay, they're saying these numbers are matching here. So victory with love, sacral chakra is not sacral chakra. Why do I keep saying that? 6th chakra is the oh my God, the third eye chakra. And in that, when I said third eye, when I actually got to say the word third eye, 3. Even though this is 4, 3 came out. Third eye. 3, seeing your vision, the other, if this is a person, a lot of times this is going to be about relationship. Gosh, this is a long reading. I've been rather chatty. Hopefully this will upload okay. It's about your vision, the other person's vision, or the vision of what it is you're being true to now, or true with now, you know, allowing them to see you wholly. And when I say holy, I mean both versions, H-O-L-Y and W-H-O-L-E-Y. I guess it's E-Y, holy, in totality and sacredly. So it's your vision, their vision, higher self's vision. That's the seed to plant here. And to see clearly, right? It's to see clearly the truth, to speak clearly the truth, to embody everything with the clarity. And so that's the seed to plant. And as a result from this is as well, your clairvoyance may strengthen. I know certainly mine is, you know, it's becoming stronger and stronger all the time. I'm seeing, you know, things more clearly. Like at the beginning of this, you know, I was presented with being in a certain place in my mind and seeing, you know, the murky shadows and the visions of, you know, people in front of me in a park-like setting. So it becomes very clear, and it becomes clearer and clearer. Almost feels like it has something to do with this. But I'm not going to let it take me there, because that could get a little bit, this reading's already long enough. Because it feels very magical. You can see all the lights, the twinkly lights, and the it's like, it is like that, you know, like at the end of a fairy tale where they, like if somebody has a magic wand and all the lights kind of sparkle off of it. It's that kind of feeling. So put that intention out, kind of see that magical ending, plant the seed to see that magical happily ever after ending with its, you know, like kind of see it like a movie in your mind's eye, how you want it to be. That is like another extra message there. But that's the best seed to plant, to see that clarity, to see things in that way, and to have that third eye. But now it's encompassing everyone's vision, yours, theirs, or the situations and spirits. So it's accumulation as well. Angel's advice. So let's get on with so the angel's advice is going to come from this deck. And it is the Teen Angel Oracle cards, which is another beautiful deck. And we're going to get their advice. And the blessing for the truth is 25, which is, I didn't even get too far into the numbers, so I let Spirit take me into the numbers. We'll be here for an hour and a half. I'll never get this uploaded. But it is St. Nicholas. 25 is, you know, Christmas energy. So, and, you know, that's generosity. When I connect that to St. Nicholas, it's generosity of truth, too. It's like no holding back, being very generous with your truth. So, angels' advice for this moon. Undercurrent is detached from drama, which 25 is 7. So this could be connected for some reason, I felt like. And there's like that magical, wandy, sparkly, illuminated blue energy on his staff here. So they're part of their advice is to detach from drama, right? To see this, and it's pointing to, like, it looks like a full moon or a sun, to bring that clarity, to bring that illumination, to bring in more light. And that's what this is too, to see clearly. Because in the moon, we're in shadows, right? We're not being seen. We're not getting the details. We can see figures, we can see structures, but we're not getting that ornate, is the word, detail of a situation, or the, you know, the truth, the actual truth of it, the clarity. So he's pointing out, you can see that sparkle there that I talked about here. So it's the more drama you detach from, the more clarity and magic comes in. And this is like a sun orb and or like a full moon type of orb, depending on how you're seeing it. I'm seeing it as both, actually, and I'm actually seeing full moon. So we have a super moon coming. So detaching from drama is one of the big ones here, and the one that we have is, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And 6, okay, I'm going to do a little bit of the tarot here. 6 is the Lovers, and 7 is the Chariot. So Chariot is all about forward movement and motion. So moving forward, away from, you know, moving away from drama, and with unity. You know, the Chariot talks about black and white. It's a black and white horse, so it's talking about with an equal balance and unity, and you see 2 people on here that have come together now with their truth, with the throat chakra and the third eye and crown chakra energies here, you know, swirled through, and it's saying talk to someone you trust. So their guidance is with the, and it's giving me that lover's vibe, because of course the number. So you know, if this is about a relationship, which it feels like it for a lot, it's going to be with the Lover's card. You know, speak that truth to someone you trust. You know, you can trust that person, and so maybe there's been a feeling like you can't trust that person, or there's been a low level fear there. But that too is because you've been holding back. You're in the shadows as well. So there is like a meeting place. You know, the garden is that there. It's kind of funny. I just came full circle. There is that meeting place, which is the garden, but it's energetically, if you can understand what I'm saying here, where you come out with, you know, out away from feeling like you're going to be rejected, and so they can totally, you're present, and then they can see you and you can see them. So then there is trust, and you can have that truthful conversation without fear. And this is a beautiful place to kind of end this reading. I'm going to read this a tiny little bit of this one, and we're going to end. I'm fearing, oh my gosh, 33 minutes. This is going to be one of my longest readings ever on YouTube. Sharing our thoughts and feelings with someone can help us feel so much better about a situation. Through the process of talking, things become clearer, and we feel less alone and more supported, right? So that's what this is talking about, this whole reading. So we feel less alone, right? We feel more supported. Whether you're talking about your worries, fears, or concerns, or seeking assistance or advice, reaching out to someone can benefit you greatly. This card encourages you to talk to someone you trust about what has been bothering you. Who is the first person that comes to mind as you read these words, or you hear me read them? Is it a parent, a friend, a school counselor, a teacher, or a sport coach? Whoever it is, it may have some knowledgeable advice for you. They might just provide a listening ear. It can be hard to talk about your feelings, and sometimes we might feel embarrassed, silly, or unsure about how we will be received. Talking to someone can be healing and constructive if it's a safe place where you can express yourself freely. It can be helpful to talk to your angels and spirit guides, but it is not the same as talking to and being received by someone you can trust. We all need to talk things over at times, and there will be times when it is your turn to listen, so don't be shy in reaching out to others. So there, I think I even used the word shy earlier to kind of explain the feeling, like if you're shy and then you've healed that, you're coming out. So this has been a beautiful reading. Hopefully you got the messages that you needed. This feels like a very beautiful energy of, like I said, culminating things that have been building and coming for a while now. And like I said, we're coming out of the moon energy into the sun of 2019, of the ending, 2019 is again a 3. They're kind of going back to the 4, the 6th chakra, which is the 40 card, and then the 3 of the third eye. So this is the year where the vision of the Trinity is brought into the light, right? And it is seen and experienced and felt as well. And there is that coming together. I love it. Absolutely love this reading. Hopefully it will upload before, midnight tonight. So anyway, angel blessings to everyone, and happy new moon in Capricorn, partial solar eclipse. There's a lot going on there. Angel blessings, oceans of love.